and then come around to that. So they were access to care, not surprising, with our wait time issues. Paying our providers, community care in general, how we send people out to the community, the quality of care in VA, disability claims and appeals, information technology problems, capital assets, construction, accountability, staffing, bureaucracy, fraud, waste, and abuse, and veteran suicides. So what you've been seeing us do at VA is actually ticking through these 13 risk areas and beginning to address them. So in information technology, you'll notice that we went out and we announced that we're creating a strategy to move towards a commercial off-the-shelf technology solution, the same one the Department of Defense uses. Under facilities and capital assets, we're announcing that we're going to be disposing of 1,100 facilities that are either vacant or underutilized. So we're beginning to tick through these things. Under accountability, we passed the new Accountability and Whistleblower Protection Act. So you'll see the solutions that we're announcing are beginning to address these 13 risk areas. And I would hope that work that comes out of today will help us with that too. Now, because 13 areas are too much for me to remember, and I have to pull out a sheet of paper, I've actually developed 5 strategies for VA to move forward, because I can remember 5, but not 13. And so let me just review those. So as you begin to start thinking about your innovations and the work that you'll continue to do over the next year, the more that you can target your innovations to one of these 5 strategies, the more that they're likely to stick, the more that we as sharks here in Washington, D.C. are likely to support your innovation and disseminate it. So the first of those strategies involves choice, and that is that the fundamental way that we will fix our system is to give veterans more choice, to make them consumers, that we have to have a product that they want, that they are going to want to choose VA as a way to help them improve their lives. And that means that as tough as it is, we're going to have to open up our system to be more competitive with the private sector. So when veterans choose health care, they're going to choose between going to a VA facility or choosing to go into the private sector. That will fundamentally raise our level of performance. That will make us be more responsive. That means the more that we can give veterans information about quality of care, about the service that we provide, the more that we can improve our service, the more that they will want to choose us. And this is an overall strategy that fundamentally will put us on a sustainable course to a viable, competitive system for years to come. So anything that we can innovate that puts the veteran in control of their decision-making, that allows them choice, is going to be key to one of our strategies. Now, the way in which we're doing that legislatively, we're working to change the rules of the choice program, to eliminate the 40-mile, 30-day requirement, which is an administrative rule, to put the clinicians and the patients, the veterans, back in the decision-making role about when it makes sense to use VA, when it makes sense to get care in the community. So that's the first strategy. The second strategy is to improve the timeliness of our services. And this is our issue of wait times for veterans, the crisis that VA entered in 2014, starting in Phoenix. We still struggle with access to care and wait times. One of the ways that we innovated on this was we now publish our wait times. So it's openly transparent for everybody to see on websites exactly where our wait times are for any type of appointment that they want to get. We update that now weekly. We're the only healthcare system in the country that publishes wait times. There is no other, and this is a way that VA is innovating in transparency. And we will continue to add. We're adding quality of care information, we're adding satisfaction information, we're adding nursing home quality information. So this is a primary strategy on timeliness to access. In terms of timeliness of disability claims, we currently have 89,000 disability claims that people wait more than 125 days for a decision. In September, we're going to be announcing a new process called a decision-ready claim, where a veteran will be able to get a decision within 30 days, not having to wait hundreds of days. And we're working on technology to do instant matching, just like you can get an instant decision on a credit card or a credit score on your phone. Moving towards disability claims where we'll be able to do instant decisions on that. And so there's lots of innovation we can do around timeliness of our services. In appeals, you have to wait 6 years right now in order to make an appeal claim today to get a decision. That's ridiculous. In this case, we actually have to have legislative changes because the law was last written in 1930, and we are seeking updates. It went through the House and it passed the Senate. Now that Senate version needs to go back to the House, and we expect in September when they return, we'll get that law changed. That will give us new room to innovate around appeals. The third priority that we're focused on is to modernize the VA. So this is a pretty big area. But this means modernizing our approach to IT systems. It means modernizing our facilities, modernizing our best practices, our management practices. So we've updated our accountability practices, our hiring and firing practices. We're beginning to update our IT systems. These are decisions, quite frankly, that have been put off for decades. When I looked at our IT decision, there had been 17 years ago, blue ribbon panels, congressional hearings, consulting reports saying VA needed to move towards a system that would allow interoperability with DoD, needed to be a more modern system. But we put that off for decades, and as Patrick said, what we're trying now to do is no longer put off decisions. And so when it comes to modernization, we need innovation to help bring our system up into the most advanced technology and ways of serving our veterans. The fourth area that is a priority is to focus our resources differently. VA can't be everything to everybody, and so we're focusing now on those services that are critical to veterans. Those are ones that, frankly, aren't done well in the private sector, but are important to people who have served. So PTSD, traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injury, prosthetics, orthotics, blind rehabilitation. The question is, what do we do? Let's see if somebody comes and tells us.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please?
Please, a fire emergency has been reported in the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators.
You think we should? What? You're telling me I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I guess we should, we probably should leave, right?
May I have your attention, please? May I have
Sorry about this, but I think we should probably exit the building.